The second half of today's lesson is to determine whether a point is on a line. And so we're going to prove that this point is either on this line or not. And the way we're going to do that is just take the x value that we're given for the point, which is -1, the y value -6, and substitute. Take the -1, put it in for x, -6, put it in for y. See if it does equal 14 or not. So 5 times by -1 minus 3 times by -6. Let's see if it equals 14. When we do the work here, we get -5 because there's one negative. Notice that there's two negatives here, so we get a positive 18. And so when I go ahead and do that subtraction, I end up with 13. And that does not equal 14, so no, that point is not on that line. Next one, same sort of thing. We've got our x value and our y value. You're just going to substitute and put the point that you're given into the equation that you have. So 1/4 times by 16. Treat that 16 as 16 over 1 to see if there's cross-canceling that can go on. Put the 5 in for the y and set it equal to -6. See if it equals or not. And so we go ahead and do the reducing here. This makes 4. And so we've got 4 minus 10. Here it's a minus because there's only one negative. And when I do subtract those two numbers, I sure do get -6. So yes, that point is on that line. Taking a look at the next one, again, we got decimals this time. It's the difference. So 5 4/10 still goes in for x, 2 goes in for y. So we do that work. We got 5 4/10 minus 2 7/10 times by 2 equals 5 4/10. Do the work there. 5 4/10 is what we still have there, minus, now this, go ahead and multiply. This makes 14, carry a 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Move the decimal over, and it's still negative. And when I subtract those two numbers, I get 0. So obviously 0 does not equal 5 4/10, so that one is a no. And the last one here, see if we go ahead and substitute the -1/2 in for x. Let's see what happens there, and put the -1 in for this y here. So -1 equals -4 times by -1/2. And then we have a -1. So we do the work there, and here we take half of 4, and it makes 2. Notice the two negative signs cancel out, make a positive. And when I go ahead and finish off that problem, I end up with a number that's close, 1. But it's not -1, so it's another no. So numbers have to exactly equal. They have to be the same number in order for us to have a yes. And if they don't equal, even if they're close, like 13 and 14, it's still a no. Even if they're the same number but opposite signs, it's still a no. So those are the problems you'll end up seeing on tonight's homework. Good luck.